Okay, let's dive into this incredible business war that's unfolding right now in India's pharmaceutical industry. It's a fascinating story of huge opportunity, crazy competition, and what you can only really call organized chaos.
So, picture this. It's March 2026. A starting gun fires as the patent on a blockbuster drug finally expires. But, this isn't your typical race. The floodgates have just swung wide open on one of the most valuable molecules in modern medicine.
And just how many competitors are we talking about? 53. You heard that right. 53 branded generic versions of the exact same molecule, all hitting the market at pretty much the same time. It's wild.
And what's the prize they're all fighting for? Well, this is it. A market opportunity that's estimated to be worth a staggering 50,000 crore rupees. This isn't just another product launch. People are calling it a stampede.
So, what is actually going on here? Let's try and make some sense of this beautiful chaos. Because, seriously, how this whole thing plays out could very well define who leads this market for the next decade.
And just look at the sheer confusion this creates. Semaglutide, Semaglin, Semalite. With dozens of names that sound almost identical, if a doctor can't even tell the brands apart while writing a prescription, the marketing battle is over before it's even begun.
Now here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just one single race. This one molecule, semaglutide, is actually serving two totally different markets. For diabetes, you've got a mature, doctor-driven world with set habits. But for obesity, it's a brand new, aspirational market where patients are literally walking in and asking for the drug by name. So you have two different mindsets, two different strategies, all for one molecule.
So how do you even begin to make sense of this? Well, the analysis breaks it all down into 6 distinct strategic playbooks that these companies are using to try and win. We're going to explore 3 of the most interesting ones to see the very different ways this war is being fought. First up, we've got the ecosystem builder. This strategy, used by companies like Dr. Reddy's, isn't really about selling a pill at all. It's about selling a complete patient care system. They're building everything around the drug, from education to support programs, betting that the best overall experience is what's going to win loyalty. Then there's the device innovator. Think about it. When the molecule inside the pen is identical for everyone, what do you compete on? Well, Zydus Life Sciences is betting on the delivery device itself, making their unique, reusable injection pen the real hero. The idea is pretty simple. Make the experience of taking the drug better, and you win. And then you have the volume flutter. This is a classic brute force Indian pharma strategy. Companies like Torrent are launching 6, yes, you heard that right, 6 different brands of the exact same molecule. The plan? Just overwhelm the market, fill every possible channel, and maximize their footprint. And this chart, wow, it really paints a picture of the battlefield. Over 41% of all the brands out there are banking on that volume strategy. That just creates an incredibly noisy and crowded environment where simply getting noticed is a huge victory. Okay, so in a market this crowded, how on earth does anyone actually win? Well, the analysis suggests it all comes down to a fundamental shift in thinking. It's about moving beyond the molecule to what really, truly matters. See, the winning brands will be the ones who really get this. It's not about the complex science of the drug anymore. It's about the very human, very real, lived experience of the person taking it week after week. There's this saying from the field that just nails it. जो patient 6 महीने टिका, वो 6 साल टिकता है. What it means is the patient who lasts for 6 months will last for 6 years. In a chronic therapy like this, victory isn't about getting the first prescription. It's about keeping the patient. It's a game of loyalty, not just acquisition. And for the doctors, this is absolutely key. Doctor ko brand nahi chahiye, bharosa chahiye. It means the doctor doesn't need another brand. They need trust. In a sea of 53 options, the winners are going to be the ones who sell confidence and reliability, the ones who become a trusted partner. So what does that actually look like in practice? It means the winning playbook has to be laser-focused on the human experience. We're talking about everything from creating support systems to help patients with injection anxiety, to tailoring the message for different kinds of doctors, and even offering a concierge service to help them confidently start their first few patients. It's a high-touch, service-first approach. So what happens next? Well, the math is pretty simple here. With 53 brands all fighting for the same space, a painful and frankly inevitable shakeout is coming. The forecast for this market basically reads like a 3-act drama.
First, you get the launch euphoria, where everyone is excited. Then comes the brutal shakeout as price wars heat up and patient drop-offs take their toll. And finally, you get consolidation, where the market shrinks to just a handful of dominant players left standing.
But here's the thing, this time it's different. In past drug wars with simple pills, a patient could switch brands with no problem. But with semaglutide, patients get used to one company's specific injectable pen. Switching is a pain. This creates enormous stickiness and gives a huge advantage to the brand that gets the patient started and, more importantly, keeps them supported.
So let's fast forward. After the storm passes and the dust finally settles, what will the winners actually look like? And what does this whole battle tell us about the future of competition in this industry?
The survivors won't just be the cheapest or the loudest. No, they're going to be the ones who built robust systems of patient support. They're the ones who earned deep, genuine trust with doctors and who somehow managed to create a crystal clear identity that cut through all that noise. Ultimately, this whole Semaglutide Stampede is so much more than a product launch. It's a profound test of a company's very culture. It forces a choice between competing on price or competing on experience. And it leaves us with a critical question that applies to almost any industry. When your core product becomes a commodity, what's left to compete on? The answer, it seems, is everything but the product itself.